All right, I got a chance to sit down with His Eminence himself, Archbishop of New York, Cardinal Timothy Dolan. Here's his message for all of us.
A blessed Christmas to you, Chris Kringle Cuomo. Nice to be with you. It's been too long. How's your dear mom?
You know what? She's doing very well. She told me to say hello. I told her that you were coming on tonight. And that's something. At over 90 years of age, when they remember who you are and they want me to say hello, you know that you're in high standing. But you know how much respect
you return the love and the good wishes. This will be, as you know, Chris, I got a nice note from you. This will be my first Christmas without mom. So there'll be a gap there.
Well, look, I don't have to tell you about loss and what to rely on in those moments, but I wish you and the whole family the best. I absolutely do.
Good wishes return, Chris.
So let me ask you this as we head into this season. So many are looking for something bigger than themselves. I hope it's not all about the gifts. But Cardinal, how do you feel the good fight is going when you look at the world around you?
Well, I think the good fight is going well. I mean, I'm in the business of hope. And the baby whose birth we're getting ready to celebrate, when he would grow up and when he be the preacher, he told us, do not be afraid. I have overcome the world. Now, there are momentary skirmishes. There are times that things don't they look rather bleak. But I'm always hopeful because I know that ultimately, in the end, he is the Lord. He's got dominion. He's going to triumph. So that gives me a lot of hope.
What is the message as you see what's going on, not just in New York and not even in the archdiocese that you're over, but when you look around, what do you want people to know when they fill the pews this year for the Christmas celebration?
Yeah. You know, Chris, what I want people to know is this. Let's realistically acknowledge the darkness around us. Nature itself, this is the darkest, most somber, the dreariest time of the year, all right? But then we're going to hear crashing in at Mass on Christmas Day, the people that walked in darkness have seen a great light. Jesus is the light of the world. That Christmas star stands for something. We got a lot of darkness in the world today. I got a lot of darkness in my own life. There's a lot of darkness in the church, in the city that we love, in the country that we cherish, in the world and the planet where we live. But yet that darkness is not going to have the last word. The sun always, when it gets to the lowest, goes back, goes high. And the Son, S-O-N, the Son of God, is the one who has the last word. And so, folks, let joy trump somberness. Let hope trump despair. Let faith reign over doubt. And we're going to have a good Christmas.
You've been very careful as of late to make sure that people understand the difference between church and state and church teachings and political ideology. And I think it's very interesting what an echo it is of Pope Francis. I was reading about him saying the other day, don't be obsessed with these political issues, even if they're church teachings about, same-sex couples or reproductive rights, that don't be obsessed with that. Love mercy. Don't lose the entirety of the message because of some aspects of it that may be popular in the moment. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot, and thanks for quoting him. Jesus said, look, my kingdom is not of this world, all right? So we can't let the world get to us. And he also said, my kingdom is within. So, Chris, this is the message of Christmas, not to get all obsessed and overwhelmed by what's going on out there, whether it be politics, whether it be finance, whether it be cultural issues. Not that we're less concerned. We are, but we don't get overwhelmed and dominated, because the kingdom is within. The baby born at Bethlehem wants to be reborn in our heart and soul, and that gives us the joy. That gives us the faith and hope of which Pope Francis speaks about. And then just by the conviction of our lives and the way we live with joy and love is going to bring people around. That's how the early Christians lived. That's how they began to convince the Roman Empire that, hey, these Christians got something here. They're people of joy. They're people of love. They're people of faith. Even in tough times, we ought to take a second look at that. So the Pope is right. Instead of constantly bickering and arguing and strategizing, again, some of that is necessary. Let's worry about the integrity of our own lives, and let's be people of joy and love. And that, with the power and mercy of God, is how we're going to win.
The simple explanation of what to do with your faith that the Pope used when he was here in the United States was love mercy. That's the rule. If you want to know the rule to follow, that's it, love mercy. What does that look like in everyday life? If you love mercy, how does that impact the decisions we make on a daily basis? What's the right perspective to have on that?
The right perspective is that we want to treat ourselves and others like God treats us. And God treats us with love and mercy, all right? So that's how we want to treat others, Chris. It's like a good Christmas gift that we open up and use. We begin, either if it's a sweater, we wear it. If it's a tie, you return it. If it's a fruitcake, send it over to me. I'll take care of it, all right? But that's how, so we want to use those gifts, not only for myself, but for the people around me, for the common good. So that love and mercy, those are our gifts for the asking, see? And they're not a gift meant to be put into a savings account. They're a gift meant to be used and opened. So you used a good word a minute or so ago, Chris. Faith is personal, okay? It's not private, because the very nature of faith, whether you're Jewish, whether you're Christian, whether you're Islamic, the very nature of faith is that, well, it's very personal. It's meant to have an impact in the way we live. And so we want to use that gift that we got, that we're about to celebrate, the invitation, the message of the Savior. Boy, we want to open it. We want to use it all the time.
The reason for the season. Cardinal Dolan, thank you so much. I wish you the best for Christmas. I'm sorry about your mother, to you and the entire family, but you're a gift to the audience, and I appreciate you.
Thank you, Chris. A blessed Christmas to you and your family and all the listeners.
Our thanks to Cardinal Dolan.